very careful and shouldn't let children play.
But I'm sure you just brought up a very important point, because any antique that you ever have with like, now that is true, absolutely that. People used to say they used all sorts of terrible places.
Had not realized that at all. You know, that they didn't have arsenic.
Oh yeah, they sprinkle a little lye here and there, and they, mothballs aren't actually good for a person either. They use a lot of those. I don't know where I put the things back mostly that I thought people would be interested in.
Oh, is that right?
Oh, here's somewhere. These were Ida's. And see what if you're ever taking pictures of dolls and you want to make sure that somebody knows which belongs to who, this is her sister's collection, because that's Ida's sister, and then this is Ida's collection. The one that she had at my house before she gave me hers. Then I have lost it all. That's where I got my nieces. You know, I just took them away from everybody that, friends, relatives, didn't matter. I kept it all.
You know, we have friends that use a doctor, and
You're free to look at these pictures, and maybe they'll seem familiar to you.
Doctors, dolls, you know, she's got some really nice dolls.
Is that right? I wish I would look this way now, baby.
Yeah. All about them.
Well, tell them everything you told me about those dolls. I thought it was really fascinating.
I could have brought the catalog. She didn't warn me ahead of time I was going to do this.
Now, what did you call
And she just hauled me up here. She didn't give me time to gather things. She thought I changed my mind. So here are the three that I have. And her brother did the photography for me. He lives next door running their poster shop, so it's handy. And they're all original. This one is the one that they offer the most for, because it's got carved. See, the ribbon is carved into the head. They're all wood. They're carved. And they have joints at the knees and at the ankles. You never find parts that are shown at all. They never fell apart. And this catalog shows, well, it was the catalog they used to sell to the stores, send to the stores to buy their big supplies to sell. And they're 1911, 1912. They made the circuses. You see advertisements showing the circuses. They made pianos and all sorts of toys. And they were practically indestructible. You'd almost have to take an axe to because they would, and look at, they were never considered the beautiful dolls. But I think they look just like children. And you can pose those, and they'll stand up. See how she's standing up here? This is her original little underwear. So he posed her in front of this little mirror, and she's saying, I have a little hole in my underwear, Grandma. And another one that was just like it, she'd been on the other side, and she was looking kind of back, and she said, it's still there. That's right. These I didn't have shoes to fit her, and I hadn't gotten any made yet, so she doesn't have roller skates, and she's saying, Grandma, how come those girls have got roller skates and I haven't? I don't know. And this one, he has so much fun. He also is, he's 30. I don't know if I'll tell you how old he is. I always make him older than he is. But he is older than that. And he has a upholstery shop, so this is the upholstery velvet, and he drapes it around and puts it up. Isn't that beautiful, John? And he said, now see, Grandma, that's a cage. You can see they just came out of it. And I said, you mean to tell me they were cave dwellers? But there wouldn't. See what a beautiful job they did on that. And then this one and this one have the mohair. This one had original clothing from the skin out, so I dressed this one that didn't have any. From this one, believe it or not, she's got a corset, like the old ladies wore, with the stays in it, and then the elastic comes down to the black stockings. It is so cute. And then they have the little old-fashioned underwear slip, and it's really cute. So I had a pattern. Yeah, and I made the other one like that for a pattern. If you can find a pattern and then try to match materials. Yeah, because the originals were usually dressed in a certain way. And a certain time, the antiques often had, Pongee was one of the most favorite, and foils and burgundy. They still make burgundy, but I don't know if they do that or not.
Grandma, tell us what you told Jody about cleaning their hair, Grandma.
The cornmeal.
Yeah, tell us about cleaning their hair, and like when you told Jody about how to clean their hair with the cornmeal. And
Oh, cleaning antique doll hair,
Yeah.
very carefully. It's the less you can do to an antique of any kind, you know, if it's a painting or dolls or anything, they don't like for you to have on any more than, it's like this doll here. If she were to, there's a marbleized substance that you can deal with back up much like, but if you do it, she'll be like a $500 hair. It's better just to dress her and bring the lace of your garment to make the body and not glue it onto anything. And the hair, this is a mohair right here, and most of the dolls were mohair. And if it was considered washable, all right, but you know it was glued, and if you glue that, then you've ruined that, and you might be able to replace it. But I'm not too sure this doll has hair. Look at this. See this? And shouldn't she have a knob? She's got the knob. See, she's got the beautiful hairdo, and somebody didn't like it. Instead of putting a hair on your doll, you better just take this off and let her, she's beautiful. Would you like to take it off? You're going to have to done anyway, aren't you?
Yeah. Scalper.
Don't do anything to antiques, just rip it off. This is imagine. This is a beautiful doll. It's been wrecked. It's absolutely exquisite, and she's been ruined.
Oh, Janet. I never even
All we
looked.
have to do, now when you clean something like this, it's typically you take cold cream. Don't use water or cold cream. Yeah. Gently, and then let it set for a while, wipe it off. Just cold cream on
Well, that's right. 'Cause
Don't
it's
you
a
love
lot.
it?
Yeah.
She looks
So much better without that awful hair.
Well, her granddaughter came along and put a wig on her one night when she wasn't looking and gutted her up a little bit, so she looked modern.
What is the material this is made out of? I have, my doll I hadn't done as a kid is that
That's a composition.
composition.
You know,
I just couldn't think of
the story of composition, I read this just 2 or 3 years ago. I thought, I had no idea what composition meant exactly. But everybody that made it had their own mixtures. Well, I thought composition was a formula. No. Some of them used straw dust and glue or whatever they wanted. Somebody else took even flour and cornmeal and sawdust. Yeah. It showed some of the recipes that they did have, and so many of them kept them secret. You never did know. But you see, some of them last better. This is not crazed.
No.
Whatever they did. And then also, I think the secret of this doll is this has been painted with oil paint. And oil paint. A lot of the other compositions, they used watercolors and something to sell them. They sold for 35 cents or something. They had to do
You know,
it.
my doll that I had like that was composition, and it's real
I
shiny
believe
and slick.
that.
I wonder what they did with that. It was almost like
I hate to lose a job, but worse than you can imagine, but
They're so pretty with the hair.
Yes,
She is pretty now. She's really,
what was the question?
she looks like that.
Were you telling how to clean their hair?
Yeah. If you have a doll with mohair though, what you do is you spread it out as much as you can this way and use white cornmeal and work that into it and work it over your paper or whatever you work it on and move it around like that. And the cornmeal, you don't use the yellow. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's oilier, but the white cornmeal, and you work it through that like that, and till you've got all the crumbs back out of it, and then brush it very gently back in the starting line. And that's the best way. If you can, a mohair, then you can go ahead and dampen it and roll it on curlers, or the best way to do is roll it on rag curlers like we used to do my hair when I was a whole.
Now, my 3 new dolls' hair is dirty because I didn't storm.
I know.
My 3 dolls' hair is dirty. I need to clean it. How do I get the dust out of it? She's really dirty. Isn't that amazing?
Well, I don't know if any of you have you don't want to review these if you can help them.
Those are just some
And
pens that
the thing,
I
the
think I
best thing I've ever found, I don't know if everybody has them, I used it in a clothing shop on velvets when I was trying to, after you get it done and you want every crease, you know, to disappear. There's this little, they come in different brands and kinds, but you put a little, about 2 ounces of water in it, a little steamer, and let it get steaming, and you don't tip it down or anything. You hold your doll up here and you steam it. It doesn't seem like steam, it cleans. I've cleaned the whole chair with those things. It takes a turn out. I don't know where it goes. I guess it comes out with a steam and goes into the atmosphere. It's amazing what you can do with it. Have you ever tried it?
Now, are those things that you can take the wrinkles out of clothes, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just hold them up there, or they don't they? They just
I
disappear.
didn't realize it cleaned.
Oh yeah. You yeah.
I'm gonna go get one of those.
I get so excited because that Marlo granddaughter made this velvet dress, and you can't steam the seams or anything. And I hung it up on the hanger, and it's just, you know, pitiful looking. And I wanted to put the Angora trim on it. And put that on the steam right there, and it's just amazing. I think they cost about $19 in Dalton with it. It's not only the hair, but you'll hold your doll up like this, you see, and you can steam a little dress. You don't ever have to wash it. And you know what that's
They really should be brass, shouldn't they?
well, it's only what I have for it. I can't help it. It's amazing. And that way you don't have to take the dress off. And of course, if you've got inverse stains or something like that, I'm not guaranteeing that, but it's a fun thing to have. And all the different brands that I've heard, it's about $18, $19.
Should dolls be stored in?
They're also fabulous if you have somebody, man in your family that's done something with it, been off to college and done something wrong.
I don't know if dolls have to be stored in
Neckties, and they're all plugged in, you just hang them up here, and it's just, so you'll love
I thought maybe
Do we need to be storing them in glass?
I thought maybe she had a behind glass cross lights or something.
Or they
don't
don't
write
write
out in
But you know, if you can't afford, glass, just that illusion brand, Now, I learned that from Princess Eva, and she only has a few dolls that I've been making for her.
And you can make
And I made her a wedding doll, and it was about this tall, and they burn wood. And she's grandma's going to get ruined. So I told her, well, you'll have to take some plexiglass and make a dome. And next time I saw her, she said, don't worry about it, God, it's soft. She took the saran wrap. And if it gets dirty, throw it away, put another one on. It works great. Those other things that have glass on, then you have nothing on. So try it, because you can see through it. So you learn the tricks.
Because I have a Santa. It has a rabbit. Red suede chest on it. So I wrap it for a beard. And it's collected last spring. And I wanted it out, but I didn't want to cut it.
Yeah.
So it would work for him.
A little tiny bitty ones, like this, I'll show you how I hide my android on it. I just brought some little bitty ones. You have to be creative and inventive, they say. There's peanut butter jars and coffee jars. If you have little pillows and you want them out of dust, I don't know what they're about. If you want to take them out and show them somebody, you can. But the reason I have them in here is because I raised these Angora rabbits, and I spun the yarn, and